Digital economy, one of the topic in issues in international business. Content of this lecture: digital economic will cover doing business in the digital economic, and then we will learn about business pressure, organizational response, and IT support, competitive advantage and strategy information system, and why should we learn about information technology. Learning objective for digital economic. At the end of this lecture, students will able to describe the characteristic of digital economy and e-businesses, and discuss the relationship among businesses pressure, organization response, and information system. For introductions, e-commerce or electronic commerce, the buying and selling of goods and service or transmitting of funds or data over an electronic network, primarily the internet. This business transactions occur either as a business to business, or we call B2B, and business to consumer, or we call B2C, and it occurs between customer to consumer or consumer to businesses. The term e-commerce and e-businesses are often used interchangeably, meaning that sometimes you use e-commerce and sometimes you use e-business, but two of these terms refer to the same meaning. The term e-tail is also sometimes used in reference to the transactional process that make up online retail shopping. Type of e-commerce. There are many types of e-commerce exist outside there. For example, business to business, B2B, business to consumer, business to administration, B2A, consumer to administration, C2A, consumer to consumer, C2C, consumer to businesses, C2B. So we go first to businesses. In e-commerce, what does it mean? So e-commerce refers to the electronic exchange of product, service, or information between businesses rather than between businesses and consumers. Example include online directories and product and supply exchange websites that allow businesses to search for a product, service, and information, and to initiate transaction through e-procurement interface. In 2017, Forrester Research predicted that the B2B e-commerce market will top $1.1 trillion in the US by 2021, accounting for 13% of all B2B sales in the nations, meaning that in United States. Okay, now we move to business to consumer. That is retail part of e-consumer on the internet. It is when business sell product, service, or information direct to consumer. The term was popular during dot-com booms of the late 1990s, when online retailers and sellers of goods were a novelty. On that time, not many businesses go for the e-commerce, so they become novelty and very special. Today, there are innumerable virtual stores and malls on the internet sell all types of the consumer goods. So the most recognized example of these sites is Amazon, which dominate by 2B markets. Type of e-commerce continue. We continue to talk about consumer to consumer. C2C is a type of e-commerce in which consumer trade products, service, and information with each other online. These transactions are generally conducted through a third party that provides an online platform on which the transactions are carried out. Online auctions and classified advertisements are two examples of C2C platforms, which eBay and Craigslist have been two of the most popular of these platforms. Because eBay is a business, this form of e-commerce could be called C2B to C. which refer to consumer to businesses to consumer. Consumer to businesses or C2B is a type of e-commerce in which consumers make their products and services available online for companies to bid on and purchase. This is the opposite of the traditional commerce model of B2C. A popular example of C2B platform is a market that sells royalty-free photographs, image, media, and design elements such as iStock. Another example would be a job board. Type of e-commerce continue. We continue to business to administrations. Refers to the transactions conducted online between companies and public administrations or government bodies. Many branches of the government are depend on e-service or product in a one way or another, especially when it comes to legal documents, registers, social security, fiscal, and employments. Businesses can supply this electronically. B2A service has grown considerably in recent years as investment has been made on e-government capabilities. So next, consumer to administrations, C2A. C2A can be defined as transactions conducted online between individual consumers and public administrations or government bodies. The government rarely buy product or service from citizens, but individuals frequently use electronic means in the following areas: education, disseminating information, distance learning or online lectures, and etc. Social Security, distributing information, making payment, and etc. Tax, full tax return, making payment, and etc. Health, making appointments, providing information about illnesses, and making health service and payment, and etc. First learning objective, doing business in the digital economy. Moving to this slide. In international business, you are forced to do business in digital economic. Doing business in digital economic refers to economic based on digital technologies, including communication networks, for example, internets, intranets, and extranets, computers, software, and other related technologies, also called the internet economy, the new economy, or web economy. Digital infrastructure provides global platforms over which people and organizations interact, communicate, collaborate, and search for information. The global platform of new economy. Consumers and firms conducting financial transactions digitally. Physical goods such as home appliances and automobiles that contains embedded computer chips and connectivity capabilities. A huge number of digital-able products. That is, products that can be converted to digital formats. Most common are books, magazines, movies, TV and radio programming, electronic games, music CDs, and computer software. Moving to electronic business, businesses increasingly perform their basic functions, buying and selling goods and services, servicing customers, and collaborating with a business's partner electronically. This process is known as electronic business or e-businesses or electronic commerce, or we call e-commerce. Comparison between new economy versus old economy. For example, in the previous, when you want to buying and selling textbook, you have to visit the bookstore. But now you no need to go to bookstore. You just visit website for publisher and retailer, and you can buy your book from website. Registering for classes, In the previous method, you walk around campus, department, registrar, and office and many office until you settle your registrations. But now everything changed. You just access a campus websites and register everything online. For photography, you can buy films. In the previous, you have to buy films, use camera, take a picture, and then take it for processing. And now you just use your digital camera on your phone. Paying for gasoline or petrol, you have to go to the counter, pay the amount that you want, and go to your car, fill up your petrol or gasoline, and then pay cash or credit card. But in the new era or currently, you just use a speed pass token, or you can use your credit card or debit card. You just wave it, use a sensor, and go. Paying for the transportations. In the previous, you have to use your cash or metal token or card. Um, and then now you can use a Metro card, electronic card, or we call something like touch and go, something like that. It's easy. You just touch and go. Paying for goods. In the previously, you have to visit store, take it the item and pay and go. And now you can use their website, select the item, pay, and then you just pick up in the kiosk. Supplying commerce photo. In the previous, you have to use newspaper, paper, catalog, or online. But in the current, you use hub like supply chain which utilize picture. Here are some more comparison about a new economy versus old economy. We start with the example for registration for your classes. Old economy, you have to go to registrar office on the campus with a paper registration documents. Now you can access your campus using website, log into registrations, and you can already register for the class. No need to be physically in the campus. Okay, next example for economy, new economy and old economy, we have buying and selling textbook. Old economy, you have to go to bookstore in a person and physically you have to select your book that you want and then you buy from the bookstore. For new economy, you just go online. You have many websites selling a book and then you can buy from there. They have website service such as Amazon.com to buy or selling a book. And recently you can use ebook. Next, the example for photography. Old economy, you have to use camera with a film, which you have to purchase and have developed, and you have to mail your copy of pictures. And now you can use a scan photo, make a copies, and email them. Digital economy camera required no films, no more processing photography, and digital photography and a video integrated into the cell phone for immediate viewing. So you can select what you like and you can delete and take a new pictures easily using digital camera. New economy versus old economy. Example number 4, paying for gasoline. Old economy, you have to go to the counter, pay your amount that you want to fill your petrol in your car, and then you pump the petrol into your car. A new economy, you just insert credit card or debit card at a pump and receive authorization, and then you just pump the petrol and receive receipt, drive away. Another example is use speed pass technology. Here in Malaysia, we have settled. You have many apps that help you to do online payments. Next example for new economy versus old economy, paying for transportations in a New York City, or it can be in a big city. Old economic, use token for a bus and subway, you use cash, use token, something like that. But in new economy, bus and subway rider now use Metro card, contactless card that have a small radio transmitters that transmit account information to a reader. In Malaysia, we have something like Rapid Card, we have Touch and Go, we have all apps that help you do the transactions online easy and fast. New economy versus old economy. Example number 6, paying for goods and checkout. In the old economy, very old, customer have to select goods and then waits in the line for the cashier to key in price of item and then pay in cash. A little bit improvement later on, the clerk swipes the barcode of each item and customer pay in cash or credit or debit card, and then information scan is available for immediate analysis known as source data automations. Okay, later on, in old economy, shoppers take their items to a self-service kiosk and swipe the barcode themselves. Okay, later, in new economy, wireless technology affixed to each item allow you to select items that pass through the scanner that help read wireless signal, generate a bill, and then automatically debit your designed account for payments and you leave. Here we have many apps that help you to do this. For example, we have Foodpanda, we have Grab, we have Taobao, many things else. You can help you to buy all everything online, and then you just pick up all your item in the shop that you select. Let's take a look on Fintech Malaysia Report 2019 by Fintech News Malaysia and Bank Negara Malaysia. This is about the transaction volume on 2018 for mobile banking volume and internet banking volume. Malaysia consumer spend a lot on mobile banking volume. Mobile banking transactions surpass e-money as the highest transaction volume compared to the previous year. And for another facts show that internet banking remain number one when it comes to the transactions value, with a large bulk of the transactions value coming from businesses. Here we can see the percentage of internet banking from the businesses higher. It consists of 734.3 billions, and it's compared to from the consumer, it spent about 2.1 billion transactions on mobile banking. Current e-commerce or digital economy in Malaysia. The COVID-19 pandemic has also promoted consumers to adopt a low-touch or no-touch lifestyle, accelerating the rise in the cashless payment or electronic payments or pay via Wave. Pointing a MasterCard impact study, Gopi said Malaysians' use of cash has declined to 64% since the beginning of the pandemic. The study showed that about 40% of Malaysians customers report an increased use of mobile or digital wallets, followed by contactless debit card at 26% and contactless credit card at 26%, he said, adding that Malaysia is also leading in the use of e-wallets in the regions, ahead of the Philippines, Thailand, and Singapore. MDEC is working with industry partners to educate SME, small medium enterprise, large local corporates and multinational companies in the country to leverage technology to strengthen their business and facilitate greater convenience in their day-to-day transactions. Moving to second learning objective, business pressure, organizational response, and IT support. Business pressure, organizational response, and IT support. Business pressure refer to the business environment is the combination of social, legal, economic, physical, and political factors that affect business activity. Significant changes in any of these factors are likely to create business pressure on the organizations. The three types of business pressure faced are market, technology, and societal pressure. This slide shows how IT support for organizational response to the business pressure. Arrow in show the business pressure, arrow out show the IT support to attain business pressure in the market. Three types of business pressure. First pressure is market pressure. Consists of the global economy and strong competitions, and the changing nature of the workplace or workforce, and powerful customer. Business pressure continue on a pressure number 2, that is technological pressure. Technological pressure consists of technological innovations and obsolescence and information overload that contribute to technology pressure in markets. Business pressure continue on a business pressure number 3, that is societal pressures. Societal pressure contribute by social responsibility, government regulation and deregulations, protections against terrorism attack, and ethical issues. Organizational response. Strategic system provide advantage that enable organizations to increase market share and or profits, to better negotiate with the supplier or prevent competitor from entering their markets. Consumer focus is the difference between attracting and keeping your customer by providing superb customer service. It helps you to keep your customer and to losing them to the competitor. Organizational response continue. Make or order is a strategy of producing customized product and service. Mass customizations is the producing a large quality of items but customizing them to fit the desire of each of your customer. E-business and e-commerce is the strategy of doing business electronically. So what are the drivers for digital economic? We have massive infrastructure deployments, price war, smartphone become a necessary good because it's cheap, and everyone have smartphones. Someone have one and some of you have 2 or 3 smartphones. Social media boomings. For example, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and many things else. 78 million people are using Facebook, and we have 17 million Twitter users. Chat apps that drive data penetrations, and introduction of Android or OS, open source use develop new apps, and also cheap and affordable smartphone help to develop a very good environment for digital economic. E-commerce help create new job in SME, enabling everyone to start their own business through internet. E-commerce also help trade expands, reach wider audience, allow SME to sell product and service online via many channels on online marketings and online platforms, and also create disruptive effect that is referred to omni-channel by major retailer. Omni-channel is something that very attractive approach in a marketing that you able to engage with your customer effectively and how to attract them to buy your product more and more. Okay, now we move to next learning objective. That is about competitive advantage and strategy information system. Competitive advantage and strategy information system. Competitive advantage: an advantage over competitors in some measures such as cost, quality, or speed lead to control of a market to larger than average profits. While strategy information system (SIS) provide a competitive advantage by helping an organization to implement its strategic goal and to increase its performance and productivity. Strategies for competitive advantage: cost leadership, produce product or service at a lower cost in the industry. And then differentiations. Differentiations is about offering something different product or service and a product features. And then innovations. You have innovation in your production, innovation in terms of your design, and innovation in terms of quality itself. Introduce new product and service, add new features to the existing product and service, or develop new ways to produce them. Operational effectiveness: improve the manner in which internal business processes are executed so that a firm performs similar activities better than its rivals, better than a previous. Another strategy for competitive advantage is customer orientations. It means that you concentrate on making your customer happy. Digital economy promote a lot of advantages at international level for the businesses. Some of the advantages are efficiency, innovations, and inclusions. For efficiency, ICT capital replacing labor and non-ICT capital. For innovations, digital economy create new type of economy and disruptions. For inclusions, digital economy create a trade expansions, financial inclusion, and job creations. Moving to challenge in digital economy, breeding the digital divide in Malaysia and international level. Poor connectivity in some area, for example rural area, but the government is working on it. Finding qualified digital talents. Digital savvy professional across function with a specific knowledge still hard to find. Talents war commons practice among startups, and the root of the problems is lie on the academic sectors, but it's not always 100% lie on academic sector because its technology is growing too fast. Academic sectors cannot change every week or every month. Adaptations to regulation always behind of the technology. As I mentioned, technology is growing very fast. Do not let regulations kill the innovations, and the government have different layers in responding to digital innovations. For example, on-demand transportations versus fintech. We are talking about digital economy, fast-growing technology, innovation, efficiency, everything easy with e-commerce. However, the infrastructure was not equally developed. As we can see in this picture, it shows that the coverage of the internet connections or infrastructure for e-commerce. Green color show the strong signal for internet connections. Go to red color show that the data connection is still low in some area. Here are some comparisons about Malaysia versus other Asian countries. This is comparison on Network Readiness Index 2006. Malaysia at the second place after Singapore, and they come up with the Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Cambodia and Myanmar. For the Global ICT Development Index 2006 ranks, Malaysia also in the second place, Singapore at the first place. After that, come out with the Brunei, Thailand, Vietnam, and so on. For GSMA Mobile Connectivity Index score, Malaysia also at the second place, Singapore leading us at the first place with 80.8 score compared to Malaysia's 65.4 score for GSM Mobile Connectivity Index score. That's all about e-commerce. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture. Have a nice day.